on TVC News, East Tennessee traveled all across the world this week. We get a closer look at the events that showcase the various cultures of our town.
Llamas raced across World's Fair Park this weekend, why these exotic animals were in the park, and how they were able to raise money for a good cause.
And students of Orange Residence Hall are finally able to move into their new homes. We will tell you what happened with the delay in construction nearly 2 months ago. All that and more coming up.
Welcome to another episode of TVC News. I'm Kelsey Krieger.
And I'm Elizabeth Longmire. Well, if you've ever wanted to travel around the world, the opportunity was in reach this week on Pedestrian Walkway.
TVC reporter Natalie Holbert tells us the entire world came together at one time and one place.
The International Festival was more than just a cultural festival. It was an opportunity for students to learn about diversity and accepting others no matter where they come from.
Garrett Feimster and Eric Viard both represent the German club here on campus, lederhosen and all.
So these are a traditional German outfit. It's called lederhosen.
The two spoke for the club at the International Festival. They say events like this help spread diversity on campus.
Yeah, I think it's a nice idea just to have all those countries represented here, and you learn a lot about it. It's more or less, it's like a lot of fun going here, having some food, tasting those other cultures, getting to know people.
Through music, food, and celebration of culture, many clubs and organizations were present, showing the vast variety of people on campus. Graduate assistant for the International House, Hamnet Canoe, says that the festival is for all students at UT.
We just want others to feel very included, and this is an event not only for international students, it's for all of UT.
Hamnet explains that the event has a positive impact on educating students about cultural diversity.
First step to building relationships with anyone is through learning about their culture, their history, and things of that nature.
And although we aren't actually in Germany, it's because of events like this that bring cultures together.
The Center for Student Engagement has events like this throughout the semester to increase awareness of diversity and culture. For more information, you can visit go.utk.edu. For TVC News, I'm Natalie Holbert.
The festival concludes the Diversity and Inclusion Week every year. It provided food and games for students and staff. The purpose of the event is to bring people together despite differences in their lives. With more than a dozen cultures represented, the festival provides students with a look into different cultures from around Knoxville. Students were also able to experience some different cultures through the art of henna tattoos and traditional African hair braiding. The festival preceded the College of Communication and Information Diversity and Inclusion Week. This week provided multiple panels and discussion for students to hear and discuss diversity in different spheres of their lives. Students also performed dances, represented different cultures and styles.
Students and professors expressed their frustration for diversity cuts as they took part in the March for Justice. On Tuesday, the protesters marched a route from HSS Lawn to Andy Holt Tower, where many campus administration offices are held. Participants were asked to wear all black to the march. The event came in protest of recent diversity cuts here at the university. They say they have made many mentors taken away, such as Ricky Hall, as well as important resources like the Pride Center. They also protested by bringing up recent racist tweets from a UT law professor. The protest originated as a Facebook page with a description stating, quote, "Our pain and anger cannot simply be casually addressed in empty statements. We demand action and we demand to be heard."
As the days close in on this year's election, the vice presidential debate was screened at the Howard Baker Center Tuesday night. The vice presidential debate was more of a discussion debate this week. The Howard Baker Center provided light refreshments to all of the viewers. Both vice candidates, Mike Pence and Tim Kaine, had a better debate according to the public. The winner of the debate was Mike Pence, as most people thought he showed a great deal of style and intelligence with his answers. Kaine, on the other hand, looked nervous and annoyed most of the debate. He interrupted Pence close to 16 times during the night. Look out for the second presidential debate this Sunday night.
The 2016 presidential debate is inching closer, and for many students at UT, this will be the first presidential election they will be able to vote in.
Well, the Howard Baker Center is educating students on the election process and how students can get involved. TVC reporter Elena Briones has the details on how one event is getting students ready for the big race.
To educate students on election process, VoterPalooza allowed students to get an inside look into the world of campaigning. UT students in Pi Sigma Alpha teamed up with the Howard Baker Jr. Center for Public Policy to organize a two-part political engagement fair just in time for the elections this November.
So the first half of VoterPalooza is the political engagement fair. And so we've invited nonprofits within the community and also different organizations within campus to just come and present their side of the issue, whether it's immigration or drug policy. We also have Roosevelt Institute, for example. We just wanted a lot of different groups to be here.
College Democrats and college Republicans were among the organizations with booths set up at the event.
So tonight we basically just wanted to come out and connect with potential supporters, potential students who want to get involved. And I also hope that during the debate later on, people can kind of get a better idea of what it is that Hillary Clinton truly stands for.
So we're here with college Republicans today, talking to UT students, explaining to them the values and the principles of the Republican Party, which I very firmly believe in, and that's that we believe limited government is the best government, that we should have a government that allows people to make choices and not bureaucrats making choices for them, and so that's why we're here today.
The second part of the engagement was a political debate between 4 student representatives of the presidential parties on the ballot in November. Organizers wanted students to be in the debate so attendees could witness their own peers discussing important issues. If you plan on voting this presidential election, the Baker Center is an early voting location for all registered voters in Knox County from October 31st through November 1st. For TVC News, I'm Elena Briones.
Thank you, Elena. Now, if you still have not registered to vote, time is running out. You must fill out a completed voter registration form to your local election commission by October 11th. Election Day will be November 8th.
Coming up after the break, is summer making once a comeback? Ainsley Daniel has your forecast for when fall might be here to stay.
And I think we are all still in shock after that big win last Saturday. TVC's Beverly Banks walks us through the highlights of that once-in-a-lifetime catch. You're watching TVC News. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Well, we thought fall was finally here, but is summer making a return?
That's right. It seems that temperatures are back on the rise. TVC's Ainsley Daniel has your weekly weather report. Ainsley, should we pack up our fall clothes and bring the summer ones back out?
Well guys, the week rounds out similar to the way our football games go, with partly cloudy then mostly sunny skies. Well, there is a 10% chance of rain through the weekend. It will come in with highs in the mid-80s. The high Friday is 83 while the low is 57. Saturday is a bit cooler with a high of 79 and a low of 51. The weekend rounds out with a high of 73 on Sunday and a low of 46. That's just a preview for the sunny skies to start the school week after fall break. The high on Monday is 74 degrees with a low of 47, while Tuesday the high is 77 with a low of 48. Be sure to prepare for the chilly mornings and warmer afternoons as fall is pretty much in full swing. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ainsley. Well, I think we are all still rejoicing after that crazy win against Georgia this weekend.
Certainly something we won't be forgetting anytime soon. TVC's Beverly Banks has the highlights of that big SEC win. How about that pull through at the end, Bev?
Thanks, guys. There's not much more I can say about Saturday's game other than wow. As expected, it took the Vols a full half to get their momentum going, but the second half definitely did not disappoint all football fans across the nation. And on Tennessee's campus, Josh Dobbs and Jawan Jennings could be considered heroes. With just 10 seconds left in the game, Georgia's freshman quarterback Jacob Eason threw a 47-yard pass to score. But that wasn't the end of the game if Dobbs had anything to say about it. With 4 seconds on the clock, Dobbs threw a 43-yard Hail Mary that landed perfectly in the hands of Jawan Jennings for the win. Emotional roller coaster does not begin to describe the emotions of Georgia and Tennessee fans alike. Next, the Vols hit the road again to take on the Texas A&M Aggies for another ESPN College Game Day. The Aggies are currently undefeated and ranked number 8, just 1 spot higher than the Vols, so it should be an interesting game. In other sports news, volleyball team takes on Troy on Wednesday. The Vols lost last week on the road to Florida but remain 10-6. The Vols are 3-3 on the road, and this game will be their 3rd of 4th consecutive games on the road. Fun fact, this match is actually the first time the two teams have ever faced off. Good luck to the girls as they head to Alabama. Fall break starts Thursday, but don't forget about the big game on Saturday. Kickoff is at 3:30 Eastern Time, and you can find it on CBS. Have a safe fall break, and go Vols.
Thanks, Bev. Well, in the midst of construction this semester, students are struggling to make it around campus without interference.
Many of these projects are behind schedule on their expected due dates, causing students to wonder when they will be able to enjoy a construction-free campus.
The answer to that is getting a little closer as one project nears completion and allows students to move in. TVC producer Jake Albright tells us how Orange Residence Hall is finally allowing students to walk through the doors of Orange Hall.
These 4 rooms, of course, it's 2 people in each room, so there's 16.
Junior Veronica Price can finally say she is a resident of Orange Hall, something she wasn't sure that she was going to be able to say this semester.
Yeah, well, they told us originally there was like, we'll move in fall semester, but they didn't really specify.
Since August, Price and other Orange residents had been living in Humes Residence Hall, one that was supposed to be torn down at the beginning of the semester, waiting for the official move-in notice. Price says word on when their hall would be open was not communicated clearly between the university and students.
It was more like by word of mouth, like we'll go talk to our RAs, or we'll ask other people who we know are supposed to stay here, or we'll just like look outside and see the progress.
Although students have officially moved in, construction on Orange Hall has yet to be complete.
And although the buildings themselves are standing up, the area around it is not. As you can see, dirt and gravel still cover the ground, and they're saying that they may not even have a courtyard until after Christmas break.
United Residence Hall Council President Trey Rowling says the reason construction is still not complete is because of contractors.
They had a contractor who was a different contractor than the one that's building the Stokely family residence hall. And they didn't get done in time, so the university fired them.
He says the official completion date of the residence hall has yet to be announced.
Well, they just kind of announced the move-in date. They didn't really say what day it'll be all done.
Although the process has been slow, Price says it was worth the wait because she can finally make herself at home.
And it just feels good because now me and my roommate, we can decorate because this is like permanent.
For TVC News, I'm Jake Albright.
Thanks, Jake. And as far as completion for this project, no date has been set. However, if you would like updates on Orange Residence Hall and other campus renovations, you can visit UT's construction website at conezone.utk.edu.
Coming up after the break, the Great Lama Race comes back to town. The outcome of an exotic event, plus 2 Lady Vol legends, Holly Warwick and Shamik Holdsclaw, speak with TVC News. And fall break starts tomorrow. What you need to know about parts of campus temporarily closing. Stay tuned. Back to TVC News. Typically, when hundreds of people gather in World's Fair Park, it's for a concert or a festival. But this week was a little different.
TVC reporter Joey Barnes tells us how one specific exotic animal raced in the park while helping raise thousands of dollars for a good cause. Joey?
Thanks, Kelsey. I had a chance to get up close and personal with some llamas at this year's Great Llama Race. This weekend called for a fun and somewhat fluffy event at World's Fair Park in downtown Knoxville. The 2016 Great Llama Race kicked off with live music, contests, and a lot of activities for attendees. The event starts with a foot race where local Knoxville celebrities are paired with the Knoxville School and llama, provided by Southeast Llama Rescue.
Well, this is the 3rd annual llama race benefiting Queso de Serra. We're here, basically, we're going to be running llamas. This is my 3rd time racing. I got 2nd place the first time, and I got 3rd place the 2nd time. So hopefully I'm trying to get 1st place this year. We'll see.
The winning schools will win a percentage of funds raised to go to a project of their choice. The remainder of the funds will go to Casa de Serra, an international nonprofit that provides education and opportunity for at-risk children and their families. Robin Brewers from Casa de Serra says that this event is really helpful towards raising money for the organization.
Well, it is Casa de Serra, and it is a nonprofit school that is ran in Bolivia from Knoxville, Tennessee. My neighbor, Lori Santoro, founded and is the CEO for Casa de Serra.
Along with llama racing, this event has many fun things to offer. A bounce house, many stands with t-shirts, llama gear, and other llama supplies, and of course, a lot of smiles. If you didn't make it to the 2016 Great Llama Race, do not fret. There's always next year. All in all, the Llama Race was a great way to draw community support while raising money for some really incredible causes. And no reports of spitting llamas can only mean the event was a success. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Joey. Students are excited about this year's election, but for some, picking a candidate seems impossible. The Howard Baker Center hosted a Baker Cafe to talk about the candidates and how other factors should influence your vote. Students were urged to bring their coffee and enjoy political talk about the second Baker Cafe Forum. The forum discussed important issues related to the election and how your vote can affect your freedoms and rights. Although some of the discussion was on the candidates themselves, the majority of the meeting was spent talking about the president's effect and the Senate of the Congress. Students were also encouraged to register to vote. The next public forum is set for October 20th.
The Market Square Farmers Market is a popular weekend outing for locals and UT students. Interactive fountains, live entertainment, delicious local groceries, and tasty lunch options from some of Knoxville's best food trucks are all offered at this fun weekly event. The market is a project of Nourish Knoxville and is located in the heart of downtown Knoxville. Everything available is either made, grown, or raised by vendors, all within 150-mile radius of the market itself. Products vary by the season. You can visit the Market Square Farmers Market every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. until November 19th.
Greek culture filled Knoxville at the 37th Annual Greek Fest at St. George Greek Orthodox Church. The weekend-long festival gave visitors an inside look into Greek culture and lifestyle. The event featured dozens of signature dishes from Greek pizza to baklava to gyros, a staple in Greek cuisine. Many performers took the stage, allowing guests to come up and learn the traditional Greek dances. Although this is the 37th Annual Greek Fest, this year has been very vital to St. George. April 2015 brought about a fire that destroyed the front of the church, causing church members to reorganize church services. With the money raised from the festival, the church will be able to rebuild and have regular services once again.
Another cultural festival took place right down the road. The Olaf Festival showcased the growing culture of South America. The festival kicked off Hispanic Heritage Month with people of all Latina countries represented. On Sunday, festival goers were entertained with traditional dances from the Latina culture, as well as the opportunity to experience food from those respective cultures. The festival concluded with a parade of nations marching down Gay Street as 24 Latin American countries showcased traditional music and clothing from their countries. The event was sponsored by Hola Hora Latina, the oldest Latina nonprofit in East Tennessee, promoting art, culture, and acceptance of Hispanic people.
We are also so excited to be able to share this with the community because it's uniting our communities. We're all the same. We may have different cultures, which is just amazing to have the array of knowledge of what people do from other countries, but they come here.
Monday was Knoxville's 225th birthday, and people across the city spent the weekend celebrating. On Sunday, the First Presbyterian Church in downtown honored the city with a graveyard service. Several of Knoxville's most influential celebrities are buried in the graveyard, including James White, the founder of Knoxville. The church had a historian given information on the people laid to rest in this graveyard and held a short sermon. First Presbyterian was the first church built in Knoxville and is still honoring its heritage to this day.
We are the oldest church in Knoxville, and because the founders of Knoxville, and even earlier with William Blunt and his wife in the graveyard, we felt it was important for us to be part of the celebration of the anniversary of the city.
Honoring the Life of Pat Summit has hit the shelves, and it's been highly awaited by Vol fans. The author Maria Cornelius is a longtime beat writer for the Lady Vols, covering Pat Summit's teams for years. The book is about Pat's last season coaching and the Lady Vols and the trials and triumphs that final season saw. Cornelius launched her book in front of fans, Lady Vols, assistant coach to the Lady Vols Dean Lockwood, and Holly Warlick, Lady Vols head coach. Cornelius signed books and spoke with fans, remembering Pat in all of the good times.
The focus of the book is that last season, how that team persevered, what that team went through emotionally to play for this iconic woman that was a mentor and mother to them, and then to find out just weeks before the season started that she had early onset dementia.
I think through this and through her illness, she continued to have that. She continued to have her humor. She continued to smile, and she continued to put people before her. So,
with fall break officially here, some campus spots will have different hours. Here's what you need to know. Classes will be canceled Thursday and Friday, and residence halls will remain open. Volunteer dining locations, as well as the student union, will run on modified hours. T-Rex and all other rec sports facilities will also be running on a different schedule. If you plan on taking the bus while you stay on campus, All routes will be closed except for the T-limited access route as well as the T-Link. Hodges Library will hold regular hours. Construction will continue on Volunteer Ave between Pathead Summit and Todd Helton as the landscape project wraps up. For a full list of campus hours and schedule modifications, you can visit the Tennessee Today website at tntoday.utk.edu.
A heads up for all students enrolling in the 2017-2018 school year. The free application for federal student aid opened on October 1st. Students who take advantage of this early opening will have a better chance of receiving more grants, loans, and work-study opportunities. Some funds are limited for the Hope Scholarship. For more information, you can go to onestop.utk.edu.
Get ready to get in the Halloween spirit a little early this Friday with the first Fright Day. Hosted by IAMS Nature Center and Knoxville Horror Film Fest, the event will kick off with a showing of The Lost Boys at IAMS Nature Center. Tickets are $10 and the movie will start at dark. Go to visit knoxville.com for more information and check out other events.
The Knoxville Zoo's 13th annual Boo at the Zoo kicks off this weekend. This event features 12 nights of family-friendly fun for all ages. Trick-or-treaters are encouraged to dress up to collect candy and treats from their favorite Halloween characters. Other features will include the Zoo Boo Choo Choo, the only haunted carousel in East Tennessee, the Scary Go Round, and the event will be held at the first 3 weekends of October, from Thursday to Sunday, from 5:30 to 8:30 in the evening. Tickets are $9. For more information, visit the zoo's website, zooknoxville.org.
What was that one again? The Zoo Boo Choo Choo?
That's right.
I think that's what I'm going to be doing.
I mean, I agree. I think we should both make a trip and head down there.
I think that'd be awesome. Let's go together.
Good fall break plans.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. I am Kelsey Krieger.
And I'm Elizabeth Longmire. Have a great fall break, UT.